Hello, everybody, and this is Auntie, and I'm back. I am back. Welcome to my podcast, where we will be talking everything Auntie, the why. Today is actually the anniversary of this channel. It's the anniversary of when I started this channel a couple of years ago, and I have not been doing anything over here, or what I've been doing over here has been inconsistent. This channel is going to be the channel, along with my membership, on where Auntie is going and why. This is my why. You are my why. I'm gonna try not to get emotional over this mother. um, Hi everybody. Let me say hi. I want to say hi. Hello, Patty Howard. Hello, Yazil. Hi, Tasha J. Hello, Barbara. Sawande. Dana. Bring Joy. Let me see. Miss Sonia. Sheila Frazier. Pamela Cleveland. Ruby Slippers. Key Pre. Barbara. Did I get Deirdre? Hi, Deirdre. Kevin. Beck. Tasha J. Cece. Dulcie, Horoscope Sag, Right Way to Smoke, Ruby Slippers, Val Sam, and Miss Minnie. So, as you all know, I have a very, very busy life. And doing YouTube is one of the things that I absolutely enjoy doing. Behind the scenes, I am a mom, an aunt, a friend, a sister, a granddaughter, all that other kind of stuff. But in front of you, I am Auntie's advice. I've been working on myself, trying to figure out some things in life, knowing that things change and all of that. But lately, I've been having a hard time making those changes, trying to balance out my life. Back in December, I purchased a book on gratefulness. And that is one of the models that I live by, is being grateful. I want to pull up the definition. Grateful is called appreciative. The definition is appreciative of benefits received, expressing gratitude. And I want to do it with grace. I looked that definition up too. A quality of being pleasantly polite or willingness to be fair and honest. As you all know, on Auntie's advice, I am fair and honest, but I'm not always graceful in doing that. And this channel, I am going to be going through my day of gratefulness, talking about real life issues and not about reviews. So please don't expect to get the same Auntie that you get on the other channel, because she's not here. She doesn't live here. I recently was invited to an event, And in that while at the event, you are like around people who suppose that they know you. Sometimes we compare ourselves to like other people, and you kind of look at what people have or what they don't have versus what you have and what you don't have, and you compare yourself to that. So I sat down with my handy dandy notebook and began to write. Where are you? What do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Who are you really in the inside? Not the public display of what people see or what you allow people to see, but like really, who are you, Auntie, in the inside? That person that nobody knows, that person that when all the makeup is gone, the hair's put up for the night, who are you? What do you stand for? I am most happy as a YouTuber with the members. I'm very happy with them. I'm comfortable with them and everything. When I'm on Auntie's advice, I am strictly doing reviews. Sometimes I put a little personal information in there. I may share something about my life, but I want you all to see me and see my struggles and my overcome and those things that I overcome. Mary had told me about this woman that's on TikTok. Mary's one of my biggest supporters, okay? Even when I ain't supporting myself, Mary's supporting me. She was talking about this woman who, is inspirational and stuff like that. And I just was like, okay, I want to do that. Like I said, I've gone through many transitions over here on this channel, but I want to give you all the why we are all gathered here tonight, because we're going to have some straight talk. We're going to talk about some things on this channel that are a lot that may be difficult for some people and healing for others. We're going to talk about some things that may be triggering, some things that may make you think about situations and circumstances that are in your life that you need to maybe improve on or just do away with, period. Because it's time. It's time for me to further my purpose and my goal for being here on earth. It's time. When I look back at my life and I look at the things that I've done and the things that have been done to me, I wonder why I'm still here or why I don't have a felony. Okay. Or why I don't have a felony. Why I'm not just ass out in the street. Why? And it's because of God's grace. It's because of his mercy. And it's because he's a God of second chances and third and fourth and so on and so on. But as we see this world getting even so, this world is changing. We see destruction everywhere. And I could easily do a crime channel because that's what everybody's doing. Crime channels, stuff like that. Like the headlines in the news are endless. But me going through the things that I've been going through lately, sometimes at night I just want to hear something that's encouraging. It's okay to hear, all of the trending news feeds and all of that, right? That's all good. It has its place. But at night, I want to hear something that's going to soothe my soul, that's going to encourage me, that's going to pull me out of the state that I may be in. Because sometimes we all get a little down. And that's probably hard to imagine that Auntie gets down. But Auntie gets down because at the end of the day, she's human like everybody else. There are going to be different times where I'm going to be bringing people on the platform. I'm going to be doing live interviews and talking with people and just allowing people to share. The comment section will be filtered on this channel because we want encouraging things. And that's like for real. I want things that are going to encourage and that are going to uplift. Because I could get down with the best of them, but I won't be doing that here. I'm grateful for all of the things that God has done for me. I have things in my life and have done things in my life that nobody can take credit for but God. The other day I had an opportunity to go through some of my, if you have like Google Photos, when you open it up to, maybe clean it up or whatever, it will show you, um, things that happened in 2016, pictures from 2017, etc., etc. I came upon a picture from 2018 and I looked at my life and I looked at the things that I had. And I was so dissatisfied. I wanted more. And more is hard to do when you got a little bit of time. But I listened to something that Candy Burr said the other day when being compared to Latasha. Someone asked Candy Burr whether or not they felt like Latasha was jealous of her because she did not get the same fame, the same fortune as Candy. And Candy said something that really, really stopped me in my boots. She said, we all get the same 24 hours. Let me repeat that. She said, we all get the same 24 hours to do something with our lives. Y'all, that statement, it may have been said by many people before, but it was something about when she said it and the way that my heart heard it that made me say, you know what? You have to do more in your 24 hours. And I'm busy. Lord knows I'm busy. But I got to do something more in my 24 hours than what I'm currently doing. And you are the why. Why I will be sharing who I am, my experiences, in an effort to help you. It's time for us to help one another. I get emails all the time of people who are struggling. I did a um I did a short the other day in a reel on Instagram where one of my subscribers reached out to me and said, Auntie, I want to learn how to do makeup. I don't know how to do makeup. And I want to do it. I brought some brushes and stuff like that. Is there any way that you can, give me a tutorial? And I know I could have done the tutorial here on the site. But I was like, you know what, no. So I lay in my bed, writing out my thoughts for the night, journaling. And the thought came to me, go beyond that. So I decided to go out and shop and buy brushes and all kinds of stuff. And I knew that they were Christian. So I put, some things in there for like Easter and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get the address, all that kind of stuff, drop it in the P.O. box, drop it, go to the post office, mail it off. But then something said go a little further. And so I texted, said, you know what, hey, I got something for you. And I would like to know whether or not I could drop it by. And they said, okay. So not only did I drop it by, but I sat with them and we did makeup together. Now, it's none of my business why this person doesn't know how to do makeup. That's neither here nor there. But I realize that as women and as men, we have expectations that are put on us that we can't meet. And so we feel like we fall short because we can't meet someone else's expectation. And so what do? We walk around in shame. We have a mask on our face of shame. That mask has a smile on it and everything is okay. But once that mask is pulled back, once that person allows that vulnerability, do you have the heart to walk in and encourage? Or are you going to stand in judgment and be like, I wonder why? I mean, you such and such and such age. Why you? None of that matters when we walk in love and when we walk in our purpose. And so it was an honor and a privilege that this person thought enough of me to let all of their guard down and say, I need help. Here's where we're going to start doing that work. I had such a great time having the opportunity, number one, to spend time with a subscriber. And I've been doing that lately. Okay. I just been keeping it on the low. But I enjoy that tremendously. I enjoy the bonding. I realize that they could have continued to walk around in that and not ever feel like, I can do this or I can change my look. A lot of times you all come out and you say, Auntie, you look beautiful. Auntie, I love that lipstick. Auntie, I love this. Oh, I love how, you did your eyes, or I love that outfit that you have on. And we're going to go through all of that. Sassy said, I had the same realization a few months ago. I went back to school, and one of the assignments was to write down everything you do within 24 hours. And after I did it, I realized my life was pretty boring. And you know what boring is? Maybe just where God wants you to be right now, Sassy. It very well may be right where you need to be. The realization that it is boring may have been something you really needed to realize, that in that boringness, maybe there's peace. See, said on my other channel multiple times that peace, you pay for it. It's costly. Because it could be a whole lot of other things that you're doing, you know what I mean? Or that you could be doing that may not be benefiting you or adding to your purpose or helping you to fulfill the purpose of someone else. I don't know what you mean by you're talking about cover girl. But I thought about what Candy said and I was like, you know what? It's time. And then YouTube sent me something and said, it's your anniversary. I want to be grateful and learn how to be grateful in everything. Good, bad, ugly, cute, beautiful. I want to be grateful about everything that I do. And I want to explore. I want to explore how it feels to truly walk in my purpose for this channel. I knew why I started it and I know why I stopped because vulnerability is hard. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to lay your life out there in front of other people and be judged. It is hard, but I'm willing to do the work. I just want you all to do the work with me. Do the work with me. Over here, I'm going to be sharing out of my own diary, out of my own life, my own journaling, and hoping that it will bless your socks off, that you'll be able to get something out of it because people are struggling. When a mama goes and takes her baby's life, she is struggled. When a young girl goes into a school and takes the lives of innocent children, people are struggling. They're struggling. And maybe there's something I can say on this channel that will save one person's life. Maybe there's something that I can say that make you say, you know what, I can really relate to Auntie. There's nothing like getting up in the morning and feeling like Groundhog Day. And that's where I was a couple of months ago. This is the way we go to work, we go to work, we go to work. This is the way we go to work every day. This is the way we make our breakfast, make our lunch, and make our dinner. This is the way we make our breakfast, our dinner, and lunch every day. Every day, the same thing, in and out, and feeling unfulfilled. I think I shared with my members the other day. My daughter was like, you know what, Mom, you need to get out the house. And I'm getting ready to do that. Get out the house. I've been, trying to get out. It's getting warm outside. I think that I did not process. And I think it's because of the line of work that I do in my real life. I did not really even process the effects that the pandemic had on me. Didn't even process it. Didn't even process it. Just went through it with fear and trembling every day. Still walking in that fear. Almost a recluse. I'm now starting to go out to things and not be ready to, snap somebody's head if they get, closer than 6 feet or 6 inches or 6 feet or 6 inches or 3 inches or lean across me or touch my cart or breathe on me or cough around me. Just realizing I ain't never processed that stuff. Didn't process it. Living in fear. Not knowing that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that I ask, did, or think. He's able to do that. I didn't think about that. All that stuff was on the back burner. And the auntie who was bold, tenacious, audacious, and some motion, walking around and living in fear. But now I'm going out. I still ain't gonna walk up in no store without no mask on though. But I just wanted you all to know the why, so that when you come over here, you see a different side of me and you hear something different from me. I want you to understand where it's coming from. We got Mother's Day coming up, Father's Day coming up. We have people who are going to be, grieving, and people who are going to be celebrating. And we all live in this world together and we can't ignore one another. So I am going to be sharing. I'm going to be doing it in another location. I have some new equipment that's going to be coming over. I'm going to be doing it from my red chase in my room, which I treasure. I'm going to be, in a dark. We won't be here, and we're going to be getting it in. And we're going to be talking about some things. If you have any subject matters that you would like for me to talk about, please send it to aunties2cents@gmail.com. Subjects that you would like for us to discuss. It should not be daily news. It may be something you're struggling with, someone in your family is struggling with, but it doesn't have to be trending news, because I don't want to talk about trending news. I want this to be something that I can study out and come to you and bring you an encouraging word about it. I definitely go out a lot more, change my friend group. It's been great. Great for you. That's the truth. That's the truth. Good. Oh, see, it's people like you I want to reach back. Because, see, we can sit and we can kiki and we can caw, but at the same time, while you out there kikiing and caw with me and dragging, and we got a right to do that, you're not content or satisfied. And it's hard to be content when you know that there's so much more in you. And that's where you get that uncomfortableness from. When you know it's something more, when you know that you are not living to your God-given potential, when you're not operating in the grace that God has given you, it is hard to be content. We're going to talk about that back. Thank you so much, Tasha J, for the $4.99 super chat. I need to be more grateful. I struggle with negative self-talk. I decided this year to be more intentional with my happiness. I'm a work in progress. And why? Tasha J, could it possibly be what you've been around, who you've been exposed to? See, because negative self-talk is a learned behavior, and we don't think it is, but it is. So we'll talk about that too. Bring Joyce that she needs to get her mojo back and find out what makes me happy again. Girl, that ain't my testimony. If that ain't my testimony. I think that a lot of times we gotta be free from people. Let me bring up this definition real quick because y'all know I'm a word person. I am a word person. It ain't coming up. I'm a word person. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. Wow. So I want to go back to that comment. Let me go back to that comment. High Vibe said, I'm never content, either because I'm always waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm learning to have some level of anxiety. I have some level of anxiety that related to how I was raised. But let me read this to you real quick. That's not it. Contented. Having or showing no desire for something more or different. Satisfied. Another definition. Satisfied with things as they are. Content. The definition of contented is someone satisfied with a situation or someone who is happy and at ease. So when you break down a word, right, have I, and everybody else that's listening, you shouldn't be. And that's what you're wrestling with. Because if I'm going off of this definition, let me close this out so I can get you right back to this. Having or showing no desire for something more or different. Have I? You're looking for something more. And something you shouldn't be content. You shouldn't be satisfied. You should always be looking to grow. See, sometimes we can take the things that have happened to us as children and in our past, and if we really define the word, you're not satisfied with things as they are, which is a definition of content. You're not satisfied with things as they are. It says the definition of content is someone satisfied with a situation or someone who is happy and at ease. But maybe you are not content because you want more. And until you get the more, or until you walk through your purpose, you're not going to be content. See, we can learn how to be content. We can learn how to be satisfied with things, but why should we when we may desire more and just don't know how to get to the more? We don't know how to make the change. We don't know how to open ourselves up, explore new things. I have a fear of flying. I have always had a fear of flying. But in one of my previous jobs, I had to fly all the time. I was here, there, everywhere. And so I got used to and accustomed to it. It wasn't something that was a fear for me. After I had my daughter, change my job, then I got settled, taking care of her. So guess what? Fear came back. Canceling trips left and right, vacations, not enjoying the fullness of life because here I am feeling like I was content, that I was satisfied, but I wasn't. It was a false sense of contentment because I wanted to, I had a desire to travel. Hell, I brought luggage and everything. And then will cancel because of my fear. But I wasn't content. I wasn't content because I knew that there was more for me. It's okay. See, people, High Vibe and everybody else, we hear words and we don't understand like the real true definition of a word until we look it up. And not only should you look it up, but you should look at the synonyms. You should look at everything. You need to break that word down so that you understand. What does that really mean? And is it anything wrong with me not being content? I know that there's a scripture in the Bible where I believe it's Paul, Apostle Paul, who said, I've learned to be content in the state that I am in. But some of us don't learn to be content in that state because there's more. I have learned to be content not doing Auntie's Advice channel for women. I put it down, threw it down on the ground, and said, I ain't going to do it. But there was no I wasn't content. I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied with where I was. And so it just kept eating at me and eating at me and eating at me, which is why I'm here now. Again, you are my why. Why did you create this? Because you knew that there was an intended purpose for this channel, and then you dropped it down on the ground based on how you felt about something else. And I'm going to tell you now, when I go behind the gate and I'm with the members, I am content. But what the members get from me isn't going to be what you're going to get from me here. Because the members are going to get both sides of me. They get both sides of me. Most of the time, I really be trying to bond with them. That's what I want to do with my members. I want to bond with them. But I want to trash talk, and I want to, I want to do that stuff too, right? I want to trash talk. So, my daughter was like, okay, we're going to sit down. We're going to put a schedule together, Mom, so that you can do everything that you need to do. because I'm the type of person that sometimes I fly by the seat of my pants. And then when I get overwhelmed, because sometimes my life gets overwhelmed with the responsibilities that I have, that I am not consistent, or I put stuff off on the back burner and I think I can reach back and pick it back up. But how many of you all know that certain things have to be done within a season? And so when I miss my season, I beat myself up because you missed the window. You missed the window. We're going to work on that together. Mm. I saw something else that I wanted to read. I'm praying for you, Shanta. I'm praying for you. And just know that your best is good enough. When you leading from your heart, your best is good enough. So, does anybody want me to drop the link for them? Do you want to come up and just share and just talk? I know it's the next day. It's after 12. I'm always burning the candle on both ends. But if there's somebody that wants to come up and share or want to talk, I can drop the link. But I will only drop it if that's what y'all want me to do. Why? Why? Mm-hmm. And see, and I haven't learned how to be content in every area because I know that there's some areas I need to step up in. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are you saying sure to someone else or are you saying sure to me? So let me see. I'll drop the link only for you. Make sure your name is in there. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 That's so true. That is so true. Did I acknowledge this? Because I want to make sure I acknowledge this. Amen. We're going to work on that. Thank you for always being here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They don't work for me either. Bring me. They don't. It doesn't work for me either because daily affirmations have to have a connector to it for me. Um, if it's nothing, if it's just words that I'm saying, then it don't work for me. Um, yeah, I can't do them. And some people are really good at them, and it really helps them. But if it's nothing that I'm connecting to that affirmation, then it's empty words because I don't trust. See, if it's an affirmation or something that affirms, I have to trust that it's true, that it's reliable, and that it's repeatable. And if it's not true, reliable, and repeatable, then all I'm doing is giving empty words out every day. Um, and what am I affirming if I don't believe in myself? What am I affirming if I got fear in that area? And I'm telling you, some people can do it. I'm not one. I gotta believe it. I gotta know it, and I gotta see myself in that affirmation, or it's empty. It's like change in my pocket that I want to get rid of. It's heavy in my wallet. And I just want some paper. I want the truth of who I am, not a potential. And so for me, sometimes I feel like affirmations are potential. I want the truth. And sometimes, no, all the time, the Bible says truth will make me free, not a potential. Because sometimes you can affirm. So let me think of how to say this without having done the research. Uh, is that you? Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to put this up real quick just to verify it's you. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing great. Did you want yourself on screen or off screen?
I can be on screen. It's okay.
Okay. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You're absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you. What you wanted to share with us?
Well, I just wanted to share. I understand the
Huh? What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, there you go. I can hear
Okay,
you.
okay. I just want to say that sometimes the uh,
I can't hear you. You says you want to share what?
I was
Do you have me off or on in the background somewhere?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you got me on either on TV or in another tab.
No, I just have you on this one. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead and say let's see if it go all the way through.
Oh, okay. I was saying that I can understand the feelings that people feel because I'm still here.
Mhm.
So I can understand how people,
Just keep going.
okay, I can understand how people feel with emotions, especially with COVID. It's brought people down and feel, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay. That a lot of people are down and they're feeling depressed and regressed and oppressed and things like that. And I just have to get my telephone. Let me check and see. Oh, I do.
There you go. Keep on talking. Now you froze.
Okay. I was saying that people feel, I don't know what's going on.
Just keep
Okay.
talking. Just keep
Okay.
talking. It'll clear up.
Okay. They're feeling depressed, oppressed, regret, all those kind of negative emotions. And I know for me, I've learned to give my first fruits in the morning to God. I give it to my word. Anything that I'm feeling, I give that to God. I do affirmation. I know you always talking about affirmations, but a lot of times I look at the affirmations as a way to feed my inner spirit. I go to that first, to soul injury, because I work in death and dying every day. I deal with all of that every single day. Everything is doom and gloom. So I have to feed my inner spirit all the time, lift it up. Try to give people um, positive emotions to help them throughout their day.
So you work at hospice?
I do.
Okay.
I work in death and dying. I deal with families and all the interactions and everything that comes with it. And no, most of the people don't look like me. No, so I'm isolated by myself. So I have to keep myself motivated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got a
And
lot of work you
I love
gotta
coming
do.
to your channel because it gives me something human, you know,
Mhm.
and everything. So,
It give you something to think about or to laugh at or
right.
to
Because I look at 90 Day Fiance. 'Cause I'm on the West Coast. I look at 90 Day Fiance at 3 o'clock in the morning here. So I catch it early. So and I cannot wait to you to get your review because it's so hilarious and everything. So I enjoy that. So this conversation is very real and it's something that I think as women we need to hear. from other women and to lift each other up. And,
And men.
mhm,
Because I'm going to be changing the title. It won't just be for
okay,
women, it'll be for women and men because I have men who follow me.
that's right.
Um,
Right.
so
My
I want
husband is the one, he follows you too. So I
who
got him
does?
hooked on.
Your son?
My husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He said, I know you talk to Auntie. So what y'all talk about? I said, well, you come on and you can hear it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, it takes a special person to do the work that you're doing. And I commend you and I thank you because, when somebody's crossing over from one world to another world, that is just, I don't even know what word you could use to explain that, but
I've seen it all.
I know that
Absolutely
that is
seen it
just,
all.
just to have to be there for the family as somebody transitions.
Hmm.
It don't take. I mean, you gotta have a God-centered life, whoever you believe in, but you have to have a spiritual life in order to do that. There's no way you could walk through that every
Right.
day
Hmm.
without that. So, like you said, you give them your first fruit. And a lot of people may not understand that, so maybe we'll talk about that because your first fruit is your praise.
Right. But with
And
that, I look at the soul injury. I look at feeling your inner spirit, whatever you're having going on. Because people go through so many different things. And one little sentence can just mess you up. So, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy by any means necessary. So you've got to feed that
mhm,
and protect yourself and build yourself up and surround yourself and heal Lord. So allow God to heal that for you. Mhm.
mhm.
So, well, we got daily. So
And so are you doing this every day? How many days are you
every
doing
day,
it?
like every day.
You do hospice every day?
Mhm. Every day.
So when are you off?
I'm off on Friday. I'm sorry, Saturdays and Sundays, but I also do my church by digital on Sundays early in the morning because it goes on the East Coast. So basically, my job is Monday through Friday, and then I'm on call on the weekends, every other weekend.
And so what church are you attending online?
God's House of Salvation in DC.
Who?
God's House of Salvation in DC. I come out of um, Mount Olive in Arlington.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you for the work that you do.
But
So
I praise God for all that because
I'm sure you'll have
I don't take anything for myself.
some encouraging words to give to people in the chat.
Yes.
So we're gonna need you here.
I can't. The thing is saying so many things I can't hear.
Oh no, I was saying I know that you have some encouraging things that you're going to be able to put in the chat.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. God always is in my ear all the time
But
about
he's speaking to us all the time.
all the time. Always in my ear.
It's whoever whoever you believe in, because I don't believe that one religion has
Mhm.
all the answers. I think that there's
Right.
pieces.
Right. And I deal with every denomination. I deal with all kind of spirituality, no spirituality. They're from they can be atheists, they can be agnostic, they can be Native American, they can be LDS, they can be almost anything. But it's not about what I believe; it's about where they are in their spiritual walk, and I just go with that.
And this is my why, and you are my why, and you are their
Oh
why.
yes, yes, yes.
You understand what I mean? When
I
we
hope
when
so.
we come together, we're each other's wise, because the thing about it is no man is an
That's right.
island unto himself. And all I'm going to do is try to
Right.
provide a platform where we can talk about things and be really real about things. I think I know that I'm authentic, right? And I'm real, and I don't, hold nothing back. But over here, it's going to just come just a little bit differently than it would if I was doing it
Mhm.
on Auntie's advice and in the membership. In the membership, I want to be able to relax and just, not have to
Right,
think, right? Because in a membership, I don't have to think. I think that that's why I love it so much. I don't have to think. I can just be.
right. You just have to be yourself. That's
And
all you
over
can be
here, I'm
is
going to
yourself
be
because everybody
thinking,
else is taken.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
And I'm glad they take it because I'm happy
me
being
too.
who I am. But we could always make improvements, which is what I want to do. I want to make improvements to people's lives, right? Because like I said, sometimes at night I'm looking for things to uplift my soul. And when you go to people platform, it's like so depressing, and it's just like, oh my God, it's like enough is enough. And then for me,
Mhm.
I'm looking at these shows and I've got to interpret the shows. So, whatever you interpret, whatever you meditate becomes part of who you are. And so, I'm
Mhm.
always having to try to clean up, clean my heart, clean my mind, right?
Right.
And that's a lot of work. That's a
And it
lot
is a
of
lot
work.
of work. I know. I said sometimes I say she did really good on that one because I was like, oh my God, some of that stuff is crazy. Like it's seeking husband, brother, or whatever it's called. Seeking husband, was it brother, husband? Oh my
Uh-huh.
God, that is so crazy. So, but I get a lot of that too. I get a
Yeah.
lot of those situations because I have Utah above me, and I have a lot of LDS.
So we're going to be talking about those things, and I'm going to be doing, a couple of other things on the channel, and I won't be discussing that. I'll just be showing it. But uh it's gonna be I have learned that I can't run away from what my intended purpose
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
And that's what I've been doing.
Right, right.
So it's just
That's
time
what
to bring
they're saying.
it back.
I do that daily. Mhm.
And they're gonna be most of it is gonna be pre-recorded. Like I'll
Mhm.
sit
Okay.
down with myself in my red chair. I don't know if you've ever seen my red chair, but I'll be doing it from my red chair, and I'll actually be writing and talking,
Okay.
writing and talking. And then we can get together. Once me and my daughter like really lay out the schedule, we'll get together and we'll
Mhm.
do lives. But it won't be
Mhm.
most of it will not be live. It will be me sitting down, writing out my thoughts and sharing my thought.
Okay.
You see what I'm
That'll
saying?
be great. That'll be
So
so
that's
awesome.
Yeah, and that's why I want people to send me an email if they have any topics. I do have some topics. I'm going to get my daughter to write down some of the things that people have said in the comment section, like content.
Mhm.
That content is probably going to be one of the first things that we're going to tackle, because you
Right.
don't have to be content. It's nothing wrong with not being content. It's something wrong with not being
Right.
actionable, right? Because you cannot be discontented and not be actionable, right? You got to do something.
Mhm.
You can't just sit and be discontented and just be like, "Oh, okay." Because then, like the young lady was saying, she struggles with having negative thoughts, right? How do you not have negative thoughts? You replace them
Mhm.
with positive thoughts. And
Right.
I know that that's in Philippians 4, whatsoever things are good, whatever things are pure, whatever things are good report, you think on these things and not the other stuff. But then again, people do have childhood hurts and childhood traumas, and that stuff is real. It cannot be discounted. And then a lot of people have things that they are dealing with, as far as like Shanta said, taking care of family and stuff like, I mean, no, it was another young lady that said that taking care of family and stuff like that's a lot. I think it was it back. I'll go back and look and write it down. But Life, we got life, we got life that we dealing with every day. And I'm like, I just want to hear something positive, something that's going to enlighten me, something that I can, it could be a takeaway for me. Um, and it will improve my life. Because what we do over there on Auntie's Advice, that's why a lot of times on Auntie Advice, I take the opportunity in the midst of doing the review to encourage or to give some knowledge or to give advice. You know what I mean? I use that platform to do that. But over here, we just gonna be straight, no chase. I can't hear you. I can't.
This is a very different platform, so it's okay. Mhm.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. My daughter just sent me something. Hold on. We both supposed to be in the bed.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
that's
So she's trying to get me on track so that I can do and do everything. I think that my Friday nights I really want to spend with my members. I don't know if you're not a member, are you? Are you a member?
yeah.
How long you been a member?
Probably about a good 2 years.
2 years?
About 2 years. I think
But you
so.
don't come you
Hmm.
don't come in the live though.
About a year and a half to 2 years.
You a replay.
I am.
I don't only see you in the
Okay,
live. So all day I don't see your name in the live chats.
I'm in there. It turns green.
No, but I'm saying I don't see you in the live chats a lot. Is your notification bell working?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, and it shows up in green.
Okay. Well, thank you for being a member.
Hmm.
So I just want to,
Hmm.
just leave, an encouraging word. Thank you so much for coming up. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Thank you for coming up.
No, I don't do the live thing. I just usually just listen. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna drop you down because I'm gonna get ready and close out so I can go to bed before 1 o'clock. Love
Sometimes I come in
you.
and live, not that often.
Yeah, that's what I said. I know who names be in them chats.
Yeah. Mhm. And then also because I'm on a different time zone, I'll be asleep.
Yeah.
It does. But I'll be asleep.
Okay.
Because a
Well,
lot of
thank
times I
you to
look at
you.
the shows in the middle of the night
Okay.
because I'm so off on my time zone. And then I'll catch you when I say, oh, I missed her. So I may get you like 2 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you to you and your husband for your
Mm-hmm.
support.
Oh, likewise. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Love you.
Oh, sure. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Mwah.
Thank you. And you all take care. Bye
Okay.
bye.
So, y'all, we going in a different direction on this channel. You are my wife. This podcast is going to be changed to Auntie Say It Isn't So. And we're going to be doing it in a different, putting a different spin on it. This channel will be for men and for women. And it is a place where we will be able to talk. If you want a private conversation, you got to be in the membership because what is go out here is going to go out to the world. So if you don't want to tell your business or anything like that, or have people ridicule you or whatever, okay, make sure you don't say it out here. Thank you, CC, for the 9.99 super chat. I will be 56 in June. I've been a single foster parent for 8 years. I know I kind of want to date, but I've been watching too much ID channel and is afraid to date. Well, guess what? If you have, here's the thing, Cece. Let me just be honest with you, right? Because I don't know no other way to be. If you have intentions on dating, anything you do in fear or you got a fear about, just like with me with flying, you got to break out of that, right? The word that I believe says that God has not given us the spirit of fear. So if we got fear, it's not coming from God. It's not. It's not something that we were even born with. When we are children and we're born into this world, we don't have fears. Fears is a learned behavior. And so if you want to date somebody, but you're looking at the ID channel, you're feeding that fear. You're only increasing it. That's it. So you can't look at that and expect something different. If I feed myself McDonald's every day, and why would I be shocked that I'm fat? Why would I be shocked that I'm unhealthy if I'm not providing myself with the five basic food groups and I'm just eating McDonald's? You're feeding that fear. So you got to get off the ID channel. Yes, you got to be wise, but you don't have to be wise to the point where you in fear or where you take on somebody else's stuff. That's why I was saying, this could be, a channel where we are talking about trending topics, where we're talking about the demise of the country or the demise of the world and the stock exchange and the banks are crashing. And, we could talk about all of that stuff, but how is that going to benefit us in our everyday life? It's not. How does the ID channel benefit you? It does. It's not benefiting you. It's doing the opposite. It's making you afraid of maybe possibly finding the love of your life because you are in fear and then you suspicious of everybody. So even if you found somebody, you will be suspicious and unable to even provide, unable to even be vulnerable with the person without giving them the side eye. CC. We are what we eat. We are what we ingest. We are. So if you're watching the ID channel, you need to change from the ID channel, but still make yourself aware. But it seems like something's off balance. And so you don't want your life to be off balance. Look at the ID channel. If that's what you enjoy, true crime and all of that, fine. But then what are you balancing that out with? Are you looking at something positive? Are you doing something positive? And you're a foster parent. So with that comes great responsibility. So right now your outlet is ID channel, but it got to be something else. Okay? It's got to be we got to live a life balanced. We have to live a life balanced. Okay? That's your problem. Get up off of there. Because you know what? You're worthy, CC, to find the love that you want. If this is your heart's desire, God said He'll give you your heart desire. He said He'll give it to you. But He ain't going to give it to you through our D channel. Because all them people undateable. And so you need to be finding yourself in a pool or allowing yourself to be in a pool where you can find someone who is dateable. ID channel people ain't dateable. And everybody ain't out to get you. And so then that CC further gives you a victim mindset. It gives you a mindset that whoever I find, they gonna be, crazy as cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And again, that's fear. What you say back you need? Betsy. I also need ID anonymous meetings. See, I have to take myself out of there because I do enough stuff and cover enough things, right, that are like 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup, the trash that, we do trash TV, but I got to balance it with things that are good and that are wholesome. See, that's not good. That is not good. What? Come on, y'all. What? Good night, Barbara. Good night, Dana. I feel be forgetting y'all on time, different time zones. Y'all gotta, if y'all want something better, y'all gotta do something better. And that's why I'm probably more of why the reason we're getting ready to do this. What? Y'all a mess. Anyway, y'all, I love y'all. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. And I got a job that I have to get up and be at, honey, at 6:30 in the morning. I love y'all. Look forward to serving. Again, don't forget to hit me up at Auntie's Advice. Um, I think Ray Della already dropped it in the chat. If you would like to have me talk about a certain subject matter, give me an opportunity to research it and we'll talk about it. I love y'all so much and thank you for following me over here because you didn't have to do it. Night, y'all.